Of the Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe rider with a first professional victory. He has been knocking on that door for some time, still only 21 years of age, and this is an arrival for him, isn't it, Adam?
Flipping is, yeah. He's honestly, that kid flew up that mountain today. And we questioned UAE about teammates.
Yes,
Matt said it when we were watching it. That's the benefit from having two teammates up at the front with you. And we've criticised UAE. That is what Ayuso should have been doing all along this race. For me, that's personally what he's done. But back to Giulio. Incredible stage win for him. And after last year, he just got caught on the line by Tadej Pogačar in the Giro. It was never going to be long before he won a Grand Tour stage. And he's finally done it against some big, big names. And, yeah, well-deserved. And he's just extended that gap in his white jersey even more. Yeah,
such a huge talent, isn't he, Matt? He is, as I say, only 21 years of age. Where does this talent come from?
It's just, I mean, he was at Bardiani, CSF, the second division Italian team. He's ridden the Giro before, as Adam just described. Always aggressive. He looks like a pure climber. He's quite, I say this respectfully, quite gangly on a bike. He's got an old-fashioned style, but he's a pure climber, basically. And we've seen him knocking on the door before. He rode well earlier in the year in the Giro D'Italia, but look at what that means for him. But I think just there was intelligence as well, but also the resilience that he's got. He started the day, remember. This is no fluke. He started fifth overall, OK? So he's been there or thereabouts all the time. And also smart. He's young, attacked from the back twice. And when he had Jai Hindley on the front, I don't know how much communication was going on between the two. But it gives you these options. There was a few occasions where he was actually on the back foot, but rode within himself back onto the wheel again with Almeida, who we know doesn't like responding to those stinging, sharp accelerations. So Pellizzari rode a really intelligent, tried to smooth his kind of power output out and took the biggest win of his career. That's his first win in a Grand Tour. And Italy's waiting for the next big Grand Tour contender. It's been a long time. You know, we've got Giulio Ciccone, of course, but hasn't really worked out for him. But this is the real arrival of Pellizzari. And I couldn't be more chuffed for the lad. But they've ridden a stealth-like race of the Bora Hansgrohe duo. They really, really have.
Yeah, they've managed that incredibly well. While we have all been scratching our heads over UAE Team Emirates, they have now taken their two riders, 4th and 5th in the general classification. Pellizzari with the win, Jai Hindley finishing in 3rd. They're managing that absolutely brilliantly, aren't they?
I'm going to play massive devil's advocate.
Ooh, bring it on.
Jai, I keep getting mixed up. Jai and Jai.
Jai Hindley
is up for the podium, so they want him in that 3rd spot. They've got that white jersey pretty securely on the shoulders, I would say. The tactics they played today, getting the stage win is one thing, but is that the big goal? Was Pellizzari doing the right thing for going for the stage win rather than trying to get Jai to move up? I know Jai had very close eye on him through Pidcock, who wouldn't let him out of his sight, but having two in that situation, from what we know, the podium being the big goal, was that the right thing to do today? Because ultimately, Jai then, he can't attack. He can't try to get time because he's got a teammate up the road.
Sorry.
I'm not saying there's a right or wrong.
He finished 18 seconds back, so I don't know if that suggests he could have been going up the road as well, because there was another rider, Tom Pidcock, finishing in between. Surely, if Jai had the legs to be able to contest it, he would have at least been the rider finishing in 2nd, no?
But that's the thing, he might have been, but we don't know in that situation. We don't know how many attacks Jai might have been able to do, where he might have been able to put Tom under pressure. Tom might have had one big kick in him, and that might have been it at the finish. These are all theories and questions where we have to look at. I'm not saying either of this is wrong, but the other side of the coin, which I'm looking at, is, did that stop Jai going on the attack to try and get time?
So, Matt, what do you think? Playing an absolute blinder, or should have played it differently?
I think he played an absolute blinder because Jai actually got a time bonus at the end. We'll see whether he actually got a time gap. Excuse me, I'm just looking at just the footage as I'm crossing the line there. So what I think that allowed to do when Pellizzari went was allowed Jai to actually rest off in the wheel. It was clearly, the wind was blowing really hard, and with all the switchbacks, you've got these moments of tailwind and then block headwind, and even on gradients of 9–10%, if you're on the wheel, you really do save a lot of energy. So I actually think that when Pellizzari went, it meant that Hindley could just sit back and try and go, but he didn't. But he still had enough in the tank to get 3rd place on the day. So I actually still think it's a good day for them. So they've got a stage win out. The podium's still within the grasp of that team, but given the circumstances there, I actually think they'll be really happy with it. There's not a big difference between those two opinions. I think it's quite nuanced, but a valid opinion. But I think they actually did really well there.
Yeah, and I guess to Adam's point, Jai Hindley is not any closer to the podium, and that would be their overall ambition. Tom Pidcock finished 16 seconds behind Pellizzari. We had Jai Hindley then finishing 2 seconds behind him, so also losing those bonus seconds to Tom Pidcock. Jonas Vingegaard finishing 20 seconds back, also no bonus seconds for him, and Almeida at 22 seconds back. So we will put all of that together into our little GC machine. We'll calculate it, crank it up, and see what it churns out. But in the meantime, while we're doing that, let's hear from Tom Pidcock.
Oh, it was, Tom, so difficult at the bottom of this final climb. Oh, it was a second place for you.
I mean, yeah, I think that's the sacrifice, I guess, when riding for the podium. That, yeah, I sacrificed the stage. That could have been, yeah, really nice. But, yeah, bit of a shame, really. But, you know, we're racing for the podium. That's the main goal. So, yeah, we have to make decisions, I guess.
Because for the stage, there are so many opponents. You must keep Jonas and Pellizzari, and also you are alone.
Yeah, I mean, well, we were all alone in the final, apart from the Bora boys, and they kind of showed it. So, yeah, well done to them.
So that was really interesting from Tom Pidcock, who again played an absolute blinder today. Clearly feeling he could have gone for that stage win if he wasn't in the mix for the general classification, which he is. And here's how that stands at the end of today. So João Almeida loses 2 seconds now to Jonas Vingegaard. Tom Pidcock takes 10 seconds back on Vingegaard. Jai Hindley is at 3:04, so that's 36 seconds behind Pidcock. Giulio Pellizzari still in 5th, he's at 3:51. You've got to think for Tom Pidcock that's a hugely successful day, really, because Jai Hindley had to try to start gaining time today, didn't he, really?
He did. But with how far...
he couldn't. But got stopped.
It's interesting now. We've only got one team now. They've got a fair bit of time to make up, and one more mountaintop finish who can really try and mix it up and actually put everybody in the podium spots on the back foot. That's quite interesting. But to your point about Tom, you could see by his body language there, he's in a lofty position, 3rd overall. He's just gained that bit of time. But he was also disappointed because that was a stage win that slipped through his fingers. But I don't think he could have done any more because the advantage there was with Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe. They had numbers, they had the legs, they had the intellect, and they seized the opportunity. So within that, to get 2nd place and actually put actual time, not just time bonus time, in between the two riders that he fears the most. I think it's a good day. But you can sense he just wanted that win. But had there only been one Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe, that might have been different because everybody would have taken it in turns to chase. But then they were looking at each other. And also Pellizzari was enough further down that Almeida didn't need to chase, and also Jonas didn't really need to chase either. So it's tough.
And it was a 16-second time gap in the end, so that is significant on a climb, and, you know, if you're trying to contest the stage win.
It's close enough where you don't chase. I think what Tom said there in his interview, we were racing for the podium. So that's not the stage.
Yep.
Jai's in that position as well. And that's back to my point with Jai. We are racing for the podium. Jai was... I'm not saying what everyone takes this, I'm not taking anything away from what Pellizzari did. For him and the team and Jai, it's great they've won the stage. But we will never know what would have happened if Jai was able to go for the stage. What if he was able to go on the attack? What if he was able to put the little digs in to Tom? He might have been able to crack him sooner. We just don't know. And I think, as Tom said, we're racing for the podium. Jai, for me then, he had to neutralise things. And Tom, we know how quick he is. Jai knows how quick he is as well towards a finish. So it's a fantastic result, but I think Tom will be happy but disappointed because he's not got his hands up in the air yet. And Tom's he's a bike racer, he loves putting his hands in the air, so I think he will be slightly peeved.
Yeah.